We're leaving Cleveland right now. Cleveland was lit though. I'm gonna try to narrate it to the best of my ability, to the best of my memory. Was hanging out with Drew all weekend. Yeah, it was a dope event. So I'll tell you a little bit about it right now.
Tito, let's get it.
That's really good. Ooh, I like that one. We touched down to Cleveland and Gaines the Barber picked us up. Gaines the Barber is the owner of this event. Go follow him at Gaines the Barber and Cleve Barbers, CLE Barbers on Instagram. Really amazing dude. Him and his wife, man, they really cared about together one of the better events in Cleveland. I was just glad to be able to come out and support it. A lot of people did come out and support, man. So we pulled up, we got here in the airport, man. It was a disaster getting here. I missed my flight because it's supposed to be at 1 o'clock and all of a sudden I wake up, it's 11:15, I'm about to go to the airport because I have a 1 o'clock flight, and all of a sudden I get a notification that they're boarding. So apparently that morning they changed the flight an hour and a half sooner. I've never seen that before, but it happened. But we figured it out. What I ended up doing was I booked a flight to Southwest as backup, so I guaranteed I could make it. I got here on time at the same time I was supposed to arrive with my other flight. So that worked out great, man. Listen, guys, the last thing you need to do when something's going wrong is panic. It's time to play chess. So my solution was, let me check other airlines. Matter of fact, let me check Southwest, because Southwest, you can only really see their flights on their website. So I booked the flight knowing that if I didn't take the flight, I could get a refund, because Southwest is amazing when it comes to that. Panicking does not solve anything. So he takes us to the hotel, man. We had a dinner with him and his wife. Then we pulled up to his shop, man. He showed us the shop. We hung out. Garrick Dixon pulled up, and we had some late night barbershop talk, man. Just some real ass people and some real friends. Don't force no relationships. Be genuine all the time. Be authentic, man. I don't care what you think of that person. I don't care if you're a fan of them or whatever. You don't force no relationships, bro, because you ain't better than nobody, but nobody's better than you. Remember that. And I can tell you from experience, man, coming up, I've been in many stages in my career in this industry, from just starting to go to shows to just starting to make a name for myself. Definitely meeting some of these guys that were definitely bigger than me at one time, had a bigger influence in this industry at one time, and how they treated people. And as you got bigger, you know what I mean, as you start to level up a little bit, you realize who the real ones are, right? I could tell you that most of the real successful people, the people who are really successful in this industry, are dope ass people. All right, so listen, guys, listen. The morning of, we had to get our mind right for this class. So Henry, one of the educators, he went first. He was doing a color class, and dude's a beast with color. Really, really good at it. He did completely bleach somebody's hair from black and made it a platinum and added like some like an accent color, like a blue and a green, and then did a fade. Very talented, very versatile. And then Drew, he did a class on speed cutting. You know, Drew's the guy who was on Barber versus TV and did 3 haircuts in one battle. Monster. That class was amazing. And then I did a business class. So my business class was about pretty much just a crash course on creating something from nothing, some of the pitfalls, how to create a strategy, how to figure out what you don't do as a business owner, and just a Q&A, man, where we try to answer as many questions as possible. And I think it went really, really well, man. People enjoyed the class, so I'm gonna try to do a version of it for the Academy, probably this week. So look out for that. If you're not part of the 245 Academy and you want to get to the next level, man, that's next level education that don't care nothing about the algorithm on YouTube. All right, but I'm telling you guys all about the class. Let's go to some B-roll so you can kind of see what I'm talking about firsthand.
This is our newest clipper. This is the gold edition. So a lot of people don't know this clipper also offers 2 speeds. You got 6,200 and 7,500 RPMs on this clipper.
So what do you usually run it at?
I use full speed. Full speed. Yep, full speed, and you're gonna get 4 hours out of this thing.
That's the second one, right?
Yeah, second. For the platinum, I use the Gaitan brand. Everyone get the PowerPoint.
So once the class was done, man, Gaines, the event, they catered food, really good food. Had like a lasagna with some rice. After we ate the lasagna, we walked across the street because there's a really cool brewery right across the street from Gaines' barbershop called Supremacy. People there were super nice. They saw that we were vlogging, so they asked if we were influencers. And then immediately, man, they gave us a tour of the facility. Anytime I travel, whatever that city's known for, or like I really like IPAs and craft beers, so I always try to check out that city's, craft breweries or something like that if I get an opportunity to. So it's really nice having these flights, man. Delicious. As soon as we got done with that, we went over to the event. It was already like people there. It was already pretty full. Great venue. Bro, like the views of Cleveland, the yachts that were on the water and stuff, really dope, man. They did a really good job with this event. When we came in, mad people were showing love. There was a lot of familiar faces, people doing business. I definitely want to shout out a few guys, like Veteran Cuts, check him out. And Habibi, he's always at all the shows. These guys put in the work. These guys put in the work, man, and they starting to see fruits of their labor. But the battle started, and it started with student, fastest fade, traditional, freestyle, and then tag team. And the tag team battle was the craziest battle of the night. It was the most difficult one to judge. And I thought I would, in this vlog, tell you guys about what judges look for, how we judge. That way, if you're looking at competing, one of the things you want to do in your career is compete, you have a better shot because I'm gonna put y'all onto some game. But before we do that, check out this event. It was lit. Alright, so the reason why I wanted to do this part of the video is because a group of guys there were asking, how come they didn't place? And I broke it down for them. When you're judging, especially if it's a close battle, it's really process of elimination. And sometimes there's some bad battles where everything has flaws and you gotta eliminate the best of the worst. But then there's some battles that are really amazing and the talent is insane. Like the last battle of this event was crazy. This is kind of the process of elimination. The first thing we do is we look for flaws. Did you leave hair, patches and stuff? Like there was a fastest fade one where the guy, I think he placed like third. He could have placed first. He went a little low on top, which he would have left it a little bit longer, but the fade was really nice. Problem is he left a patch right here in the back of hair. Fastest fade is the best fade in 15 minutes. This guy finished first before everybody, had plenty of time to clean it up and still had a patch here. So it dropped him from first to third. So anyways, you look for flaws. If you see a bunch of cuts that are really high quality, you're gonna look for cuts that have flaws. Nicks, cuts, lines, slanted, hairline, a patch, hair, dirty, whatever. That's probably gonna get some points knocked off and we're just gonna eliminate you. The next step is it unique? Is it different? And in the tag team one, for example, almost every cut was unique. Almost every single cut was unique. And so we didn't really eliminate anybody for uniqueness. So then the last one was like who did the nicest work and who did more in the time that was allotted. You had guys who styled, colored, designed, blended, and everything looked good. The lines were symmetrical, the fades were blurry, the color was nice, the styling was on point. So those guys got bumped up, got points. Those were the guys that won. And if it's really close, then you're really looking for any flaw, any reason to pretty much eliminate someone from first place. Hopefully that helps you guys out. What I would tell you guys is figure out who the judges are, their style of barbering. Because typically, if you have a bunch of judges who obviously like styling, you're probably not going to win a battle if you don't do any styling, and other guys do. If you see judges who are into designs and stuff like that, you're probably going to have a less chance of winning if you don't put any designs or anything like that in like a freestyle battle or a tag team or anything goes type of battle. You get what I'm saying? And just know that it's really avoid making mistakes and do as much as you can in the time that's allotted at a high quality. So hopefully that helps you guys out. For those of you who are interested in battling, I mean, I know guys like Squeak the Barber who have won 60, 70, 80 battles after doing hundreds of them. and they make so much money doing it, they can buy their first barbershop. You know, there's guys who literally make a living just traveling on the weekends, competing at battles, winning thousands of dollars at each of these battles. You know, it's something to consider. It's another lane in barbering, and it can get you a platform. It can help you level up in this industry. So if battling is something that you like doing, man, go for it. Now I'm traveling with my guy Drew. There goes Drew right there. That's Drew. And Drew said something in his class that I wanted to share with you guys to inspire, not to brag, but to inspire. Yo guys, so one thing I'll tell you about Drew is sometimes he's a little too humble, so I gotta push him a little bit to share some of these gems, man. You said something in the class that you did, amazing class by the way.
Appreciate it.
That was dope. I think it's something you should start your classes off with because it edifies you and your class, and it makes people want to pay attention even more. So Drew has developed a system that he sticks with, a strategy that he sticks with that has made him a very successful barber in my eyes. And Friday, before we got on this trip to come to this amazing event, Cleveland Barbers exhibition, on Friday he closed the day and he made $1,700 in one day. That's insane. I've never done that, bro. I think my best day ever was like $800, and I thought I was the shit, boy. Boy. So let me ask you a question, man. Like, how did you develop into that? And is that something you feel like you do consistently? Why do you do it? Because it seems like it's backbreaking work.
Right. I mean, it's part of just being consistent with your daily process and making sure that you're staying true to who you are. Like I said in the class, I feel like a lot of us as artists have a tendency to feel like we need to compare ourselves to other barbers within the industry in order to reach a level of success. But that's just really not true. The simple fact is that you have to just stay true to who you are, figure out what it is that you do best, and if that's color, then so be it, or if that's speed, then so be that. But whatever it is, you got to learn how to scale within your ability to really do what you do it day in and day out. So with that being said, I stick to the plan every day, fill my schedule as much as I can. And my customers just really appreciate what I'm able to do for them, which is, get them in and out at a rate of speed that is above standard, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I'm definitely, when I put on my customer hat, I'm somebody who appreciates getting in and out efficiently. I want a quality cut still,
right,
but I just want it to be efficient. If you want to do hair color, there's a market for that. If you want to be the guy who takes an hour plus on every haircut, trust me, people will pay for that. You mentioned in the class that you have recently raised your prices. Would you say that was a big boost for you in your ability to make that type of money?
On average, Thursday for me, which is my longest booking day, prior to me raising my prices, is a consistent $1,000 every single Thursday. So raising the prices has definitely boosted, and that's where that extra money's coming from.
Wow.
Which is, it's incredible. The customers really appreciate me keeping that level of speed for them there. Even though I raised my price, I stayed consistent to what I did. I didn't raise my price, and like you said in the class, add something because I was raising my price, because the quality is the quality. That's what you're paying for, and I raised my price and kept everything exactly the same. So, I just encourage you barbers out there to stay true to yourself. Don't let anybody else and what they're doing in their career make you shift your path. Your path is your path. You have to stay on your path.
That's facts, bro. Because there's a lot of guys that are like, nah, that's not the right way to do it. This is the way to do it.
Yeah, and actually what happens is a lot of the times is that people get discouraged by other people's accomplishments, and you can't let what somebody else is doing affect your lane. I always say, Bassio's lane is not my lane is not Bassio's lane. We are in the same industry, but we're succeeding on two different levels. And that's the beauty of this industry. It can be whatever you want it to be, but the key word is what you want it to be. I just encourage you guys, man, don't let anybody stop you. Stay in your lane. If there's something that you're great at, take that and learn how to scale it. I wish you guys the best.
As bars, from a humble dude, man, like me and Drew have definitely gotten really close over this pandemic, I feel like, especially. Yep. And it's funny because we have shops like 10 minutes away from each other. We were talking about this. And we didn't really meet till we went to these shows, to these expos and stuff. And ever since then, man, like he's a real one. We kicked it off, and we've been friends ever since, man. That goes to show, man, like we don't have to compete against one another. We can compete with each other. You feel me? And be innovative in our own way and still be competitive. Bringing something different is, different to the city, and it's only, I feel like, elevating barbering in Tampa by having guys like us two who we're competitive, but we're inspired by one another, and that's what drives growth within our industry. I feel like the other thing is, like, you don't have to go out of your way to kind of force a relationship with people just because they're in the same industry. I talked about that earlier in this vlog. When people are in a similar mindset, I feel like naturally, organically, you start to gravitate towards each other. And the shows do it, bro. Like, the shows will do it. That's why I always tell people, come out to the shows, come out to the classes, because you never know who you're gonna meet.
And I can tell you firsthand, man, like, one of the biggest misconceptions is when you think that you can figure out who somebody is online. That's you know,
that's bars.
You can't, you know, there's a lot of people who get a bad rap. The problem is that the people that are getting those bad raps online based off of their social media personality or what kind of content they're putting out, why don't you go up to those people and shake their hand and have a 5-minute conversation and really get to know somebody? Which is why I like the show so much, is because you never really know who the person right next to you is. Invest in relationships, guys. We talked about this all weekend. We've been talking about this, and make a bond.
Yo, guys, go follow my boy Drew the Barber on Instagram, and yeah, go follow him. He's always giving bars and stuff, man, and inspiring, and you'll see him a lot more on the channel because we just rock with each other. So,
appreciate
all
you
right,
guys.
guys, we out of here.